Toyotaro knows just what to do to keep us on the edge of our seats and wanting more, and I am so pumped because I think Dragon Ball is up for one of its biggest years ever in the year 2026, and we as Dragon Ball fans potentially have a lot to look forward to, and we're going to be talking about all of that today. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball video. This is going to be another all-encompassing update. I try to do these like maybe once a month, once every 6 weeks or something like that, since we don't have a lot of ongoing content surrounding Dragon Ball outside of the games and things like that. So whenever we do get a lot of these updates and events coming up, I try to save those all for one encompassing video that we can just talk about everything at one time. And we're going to start this one off by going over the new artwork from the man himself. This is going to be the V-Jump February 2026 cover featuring Beast Gohan and Ultra Instinct Goku by, of course, the great Toyotaro. Now, obviously, this is a low quality version. I think a couple of people down below in the comments were able to clean this up for us and kind of make it like wallpaper quality, high quality, and things like that. So I'll probably actually use one of those for the thumbnail. So shout out to them. But as far as the V-Jump cover goes, obviously we have updates for Yu-Gi-Oh right here. I think this is going to be a new set that's coming. I think this is Boruto. I can't really tell. I haven't really been keeping up with Boruto too much over this past like year. I don't even know if they're off a break or anything like that. We have a couple of other updates obviously, but this is really cool to me right here. The new father son Beast Gohan and Ultra Instinct Goku Kamehameha figure or statue. Maybe this is coming out next year in February when the V-Jump drops. I gotta figure out how to get my hands on one of these. This looks insanely cool. I definitely want to put this maybe behind me in the backdrop or maybe on my desk depending on how big it is. Definitely want to be able to get my hands on one of these figures right here. And I'll go ahead and show you guys the cleaned up version. Oh, I didn't even know they had one with a background right here. I'll probably use this for a thumbnail. This is going to be a cleaned up version, wallpaper quality of Beast Gohan and Ultra Instinct Goku, Toyotaro's cover for V-Jump 2026. This is absolutely beautiful, man. I love Toyotaro's art style. I absolutely love how realistic Toyotaro tries to make the characters look. Outside of, in my opinion, hair design, he doesn't really go too over the top with anything. They're not really too overly muscular like we've seen with some other designs in anime. I really do enjoy that. Their facial features are nice and sharp and shaded, so they look a lot more realistic. It just looks really nice. And this might not be your favorite art style in Dragon Ball Super, but to me it's like top 2. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the Dragon Ball Pop-Up Tour USA 2026. So this is going to be a new event happening sometime next year. There's going to be 5 locations that we know of right now, and I think it's safe to say, obviously we don't know much details about this event. I actually have the website pulled up right here. So the 5 locations that they've already scheduled for the Dragon Ball Pop-Up Tour next year are going to be Illinois, New Jersey, Florida, Texas, and California. Amazing. Nowhere near me. Love to see it. I guess I'll just eat shit, right? So I think what's going to happen here, and obviously you can see that they have more info coming soon for all of these stops. Even the first one, there's no details yet. So how I think this is going to be set up, and I could be totally wrong here. I mean, we don't have any info about this event yet besides the 5 locations that they're going to be doing this at, is that this is going to be kind of like a giant panel. You guys know how they set up the panels for things like Anime Expo and PAX when it comes to Dragon Ball or Bandai as a whole. But this is going to be a lot bigger than Bandai. What I think they're going to do here is they're going to have a bunch of statues, a bunch of just really entertaining Dragon Ball stuff. They'll probably have a lot of screens, a lot of projectors playing different Dragon Ball episodes, maybe Dragon Ball movies, kind of like how they did with the Broly movie, how they did with Daima over in, I forget what the event was called. The event that happened in Japan before Daima ended. You guys might know what I'm talking about down below in the comments, but they had like a bunch of Daima statues. They had Daima playing on the screens. It'll probably be a lot of that, just on a bigger scale. I'm hoping at least. I think that stuff like that is really cool. It gets people really pumped about Dragon Ball, even if nothing's going on necessarily at the time. So I think something like this across the USA would definitely be a good look for Dragon Ball, keeping the Dragon Ball name alive. And this will probably happen after the Genki Diamond City event, which we're going to be talking about here in a minute. So hopefully at that event, my prediction comes true and Dragon Ball will be fully revitalized. Hopefully we get a Xenoverse 3 announcement. I know that one's kind of out there as well, but allegedly it's already been getting worked on for a couple of years now, and we're just waiting for them to officially announce the title. If it's even going to be called Xenoverse 3, we'll have to just wait and see, I guess. So this is also something really cool to look forward to. Let me know if you guys live in any of these states, if you're going to be going to the pop-up tour USA 2026 for Dragon Ball. Hopefully there's going to be a lot of cool stuff. As you guys can see from the artwork right here, the graphic, it's going to be encompassing Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, and of course the newest series, Dragon Ball Daima. All right, so next, the soonest up and coming event for anime and manga, Jump Festa 2026, happening exactly a week from today. Next weekend is gonna be Jump Festa weekend, guys. If you're a fan of any of these anime up here, be sure you have your eyes peeled all weekend. You never know what's gonna get announced or teased at Jump Festa. Some of these series probably have some massive things on their schedule for next year. Now, I will level with you guys because I know if you clicked on this video 9.9 times, 10 times out of 10, you're a Dragon Ball fan. So you're probably wondering what Dragon Ball could have in store for Jump Festa 2026. Not gonna lie to you guys, probably not a lot, if anything at all. I would love to see the next arc of the Dragon Ball Super manga get teased or something like that. Maybe a little sneak peek, maybe initial artwork or something like that get shown here. But I'm gonna guess that anything Dragon Ball related is getting held off until the massive Genki Diamond City event happening in January. It seems like they're putting all their eggs in that basket. There's gonna be massive reveals for possibly not only the manga. I would love to see the anime come back there. I would love to see Xenoverse 3 get announced there. And I think there's gonna be I think there's actually 2 big announcements, so maybe we get a movie there too. I don't know. If I was a betting man, I feel like it's a pretty safe bet that maybe we'll get 1 or 2 of those things that I just mentioned at that next event next year. So if I was strictly a Dragon Ball fan, that's more so what I would be looking forward to. And I even have the Jump Festa 2026 stage list and schedule right here. Now keep in mind, this was uploaded I think at the end of September or something like that over on Reddit. So maybe little things have changed here and there, but odds are it's probably gonna look exactly like this. So for the first day on December 20th, we're gonna have My Hero, Gintama, JJK, Oblivion Battery, Blue Exorcist, Kaiju number 8, New Prince of Tennis, World Trigger, and Sakamoto Days. On the 21st, we're gonna have Demon Slayer, Blue Box, Dr. Stone, Spy X Family, Dandadan, Bleach, Akane Banashi, Chainsaw Man, and they're gonna end it with One Piece. One Piece actually has a pretty long segment right here. Are they the only one with almost an hour? Okay, no, Kaiju number 8 has almost an hour. I guess that doesn't matter. I just took note of how long One Piece has. Obviously that makes sense, right? And as far as the studios that are going to be there on the first day, some names that stuck out to me, at least: Rurouni Kenshin, maybe not for the best reasons, but the name did stick out to me. A little weird, but hey, it is what it is. Haikyuu and Black Clover as well. I actually enjoy both of these series, so it'd be really cool maybe if we got some news eventually for Black Clover, especially over the next year. I would love to see where that series goes, maybe throughout 2027. Can't wait for that. Then last but not least, guys, the big one, Dragon Ball Genki Diamond City, the biggest Dragon Ball event of all time, being held on January 25th, 2026. Whether you're a diehard Dragon Ball fan or someone that's just mildly curious about the series because it's been gone for so long in both manga and anime form, this is the event that you need to be paying attention to. Odds are anything that you could possibly hope for Dragon Ball related will probably, and I'm putting, you know, the quotations around probably, get addressed at this event. There's gonna be producers here, voice actors. It would be insanely cool, in my opinion, if Toyotaro popped up on stage, because we know Nozawa is gonna be there, and I just, you know, it's gonna be a lot more than these game titles that we see them promoting on the official Dragon Ball website. Now, with them being as secretive as they are, and I guess you can't really say that they're being too secretive, but with the stuff that we potentially hope for getting addressed here, because this is gonna be an event to celebrate 40 years of Dragon Ball, and they have this graphic right here with all angles of Dragon Ball outside of, you know, GT getting left out here because we have a new Super Saiyan 4 in town. I think there's a good chance that there's gonna be a lot of cool Dragon Ball related stuff outside of these game titles getting announced and talked about and just, you know, overall addressed at Genki Diamond City 2026. So let me know down below in the comments, guys, what you all hope to see at all of these events that we talked about for Dragon Ball happening starting next week with Jump Festa, and over the next year we're going from Jump Festa to Genki Diamond City in January, and then probably after that the pop-up tour, the Dragon Ball USA pop-up tour 2026, all happening over the span of the next few months. So I think Dragon Ball is in a really good place. I can't wait to see what happens at next month's event. Remember, I'm not putting too much stock in Jump Festa. Dragon Ball isn't even on the schedule, as we just saw a couple of minutes ago. So Genki Diamond City is going to be where it's at. And remember, it's going to be a lot more than just these 6 titles there. So don't worry. I think we're in for a massive surprise. That is gonna do it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta know down below in the comments how pumped you guys are after this video for Dragon Ball over the next year plus. Even if we don't get our greatest wish granted, which I honestly feel like, remember, I don't know anything, I honestly feel like it's a good decent chance of that happening still, either the anime or the manga or both coming back next year. We still have 6 Dragon Ball titles ongoing, and that in itself, we have to remember, that is also a good sign for Dragon Ball. We have 6 games out right now, and we're getting another one announced in January alongside some other surprises that I can't wait for, man. I'm telling you guys, there's gonna be some massive surprises for Dragon Ball fans next year. Just wait and see. Let me know down below in the comments how you guys feel about all this information that we went over today. If you're going to any of these events, especially the pop-up tour, since that's probably the most accessible for people watching me at least. But let me know if you guys are going to any of these events. Have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one. It's going to be a big year for Dragon Ball next year, guys. Trust me.